Howdy folks, we are back with another Draft League battle. This is going to be week 14, the Ambercrag Excadrills against What in Tauronation. And their team is absolutely terrifying to me. I don't have a whole lot that deals with Exploud in particular, so that's going to be really scary. I'm going to lead Mimikyu. I'm expecting Fudd to lead Exploud, but maybe he'll expect me to expect that and do something different. But I feel like regardless, my safest play is to lead with Mimikyu because it can kind of deal with Exploud, just because Exploud can't knock it out in one hit. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Bad at hugs, so they lead Scissor, which is less than ideal, I would say. But we do have a pretty good counter in Skarmory. Can't really hit it back, but we can definitely take hits and maybe get up some spikes, so we'll see how this goes. Goes for Bullet Punch. It's going to do piddling damage, and then they'll take Rocky Helmet Chip, which is great. I'm going to get up a layer of spikes, because why not? See, the issue is, like, he could go into Exploud now and threaten me with, like, Overheat or even just Boom Burst. And the problem is, like, I don't have much that even, like, switches in, but he switches into Hippo. So that'll get Sand up. I did bring Sand Rush Excadrill. So I'll get up a layer of spikes there. I'm just going to go for Toxic, because putting this thing on a timer would be really great. Do hit Toxic, and they're gonna go for a Yawn. That's interesting. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go to Heliolisk because we're on a balloon. I brought this last battle, but Hippo tends to just run like Toxic, Stealth Rock, Slack Off, in this case Yawn, and Earthquake. And because we're on a balloon, we can't be hit by Earthquake. And they switch as well. And they go into this Demon. This is tough. So they're more than likely going to be faster because they're Sand Rush. They can't go for Earthquake because we're on a balloon, but maybe he missed the prompt for that. I feel like our best play is just to stay in and Hyper Voice for damage, because I don't really have anything that wants to switch into this. And we're faster somehow. I don't know how that works. Goes for Earthquake. So yeah, he didn't see the air balloon, which I think happened last battle too, so that's more than ideal for us. Go for another Hyper Voice here. So my assumption is maybe they're not Sand Rush, maybe they're like Volt Absorb or something. Because they should be faster than us in the sand. But in any case, Heliolisk KOs Draco with H-Voice. Now they go into Tauros. If he's special and has like Fire Blast or something, that's going to be a problem, but if he's physical, Skarmory just tanks anything it wants to go for. Goes for Iron Head, okay. So yeah, that's not going to do much. I'll take Rocky Helmet Chip. Here, I might just go for a body press. So he might try and like mix up moves. Yeah, it goes for close combat, so that's gonna hurt. It does a pretty sizable chunk, but we do live it. And then the defense fall is gonna help us with body press here, as is Life Orb plus Rocky Helmet. So this might KO, and it does. Alright, so that's good for us. Skarm KOs Tauros with body press. Alright, 2 Pokemon down. So, again, if he goes into Exploud, that's not the best. And he does. So, the problem here is I don't really have anything that switches into this. I guess I could go into Mimikyu, maybe? And preserve Skarmory. Do I need Skarmory? I guess it'd be good for Bulu and Scissor still. So I'll go into Mimikyu here, just because we can take at least one hit, and unless he's Scarf, we'll be faster. Goes for Overheat. So that'll break our disguise, which is fine. So now at -2 special attack, he might be in some trouble. Because I don't know if at -2 he can knock us out, but maybe I'm just overestimating Mimikyu's bulk, so I'm just going to go for Drain Punch, play it safe. They do stay in, which is interesting. And we do knock it out. So Mimikyu KOs Exploud with Drain Punch. So that's a massive threat out of the way, and Mimikyu was definitely the call to deal with that thing. If he was running Scarf, would have been an issue, but he went for Overheat to hit Skarmory, so dropping the special attack helped us there. So now he could potentially go into like Scissor, but we have Skarmory still in the back. Okay, so he goes into Bulu. That's interesting. I don't know what Bulu has to hit us, really. You know what? I'm just gonna try and Swords Dance here. Maybe that's a stupid play, but I don't know that... Like, maybe it gets Poison Jab? I honestly don't really know this thing's move pool all that well. Horn Leech. Yeah, see, I don't... Oh, well, it does kill. Okay. I was just, again, overestimating Mimikyu's bulk there, so... Tapu Bulu KOs Mimikyu with Horn Leech. So that was not a good play on our part, but... Now, I think we can go into Azelf. Because the other part, too, was, like, with the terrain up, I thought maybe we could, like, live and get a little bit of recovery back, but it might power up grass moves, so I was probably just... That was just a dumb play. Now we can go for Flamethrower. We're Expert Belt. I don't know if this is going to knock it out. It doesn't. It does a hearty chunk, and then Megahorn is going to hit. Oof. Gone. So Tapu Bulu KOs Azelf with Megahorn. That is less than ideal. I'm just gonna go into Skarmory here. This is probably what I should have done last turn. Goes for close combat, and we live. Whew. Oh, that was a crit. My goodness. Okay. So that's why it did a scary chunk. Now we can just roost off that damage. They're going to get a little bit of recovery back from the terrain. As are we, weirdly. I guess because we roosted and landed, it gave it to us. That's kind of cool. Goes for Hornleech here. I think that'll knock it out with the Rocky Helmet damage, if I'm not mistaken. Unless it recovers enough back. And it doesn't. Okay. So Skarm KOs Bulu with Rocky Helmet. So I believe he still has Hippo and Scissor left. Scissor could be a huge problem now because we don't have Azelf anymore. Which is not great. I can't Toxic it, obviously, because it's a Steel type. But I can just Body Press it. I just want to see how much this does. Brutal Swing. It's an interesting move. So it'll take Rocky Helmet chip from that. See how much Body Press does. It does a pretty substantial amount, so that's good. I was kind of worried about Scissor, but so long as we have Skarmory, we're pretty okay. Because it's just so physically bulky, like nothing's going to break through this thing. Goes for Brutal Swing again. Doesn't get knocked out by the Rocky Helmet, but Body Press will knock it out. So Skarm KOs Scissor with Body Press. Yeah, Skarmory was definitely MVP of this battle for sure. Just having a physically defensive wall for all of his physical attackers is prime. So I'm gonna stay in case it goes for like Yawn, and then we can switch as opposed to like switching into a Yawn, but Body Press will do like 10%. Goes for a Toxic, that's not gonna work. Takes a little bit of Poison Chip. I guess I can just switch into Heliolisk to expedite this process here, because he still won't be able to hit us with Earthquake. Goes for Slack Off, so he'll recover back up, but we have Grass Knot, so we can see how much that does, but this is pretty much a wrap. This is why it's good to get Hippo Toxic, because it can just have so much survivability otherwise. So Grass Knot does a lot. It's weirdly a contact move, so we're going to take Rocky Helmet damage. They're going to go for Toxic, which is really all they can do because we're on a balloon. And the next Grass Knot should take this thing out. Man, Tapu Bulu really put in work. I was not expecting the move pool that thing has, but... And Hippo will just drop to Toxic, so we'll give the credit to Skarmory. GG Fudd, good game. Came through in the end there, but Tapu Bulu is very scary, as is Exploud, but we played around it.